I come to you today with a heavy but loving warning, because I see what you are feeling, and I see what you are ignoring. I know this connection feels meaningful. I know it feels deep, emotional, and strangely comforting at times. But I also know the restlessness it brings you when you are alone. I see the way your peace disappears the longer you stay connected to this person. And today I speak clearly. Walk away, because this relationship will cost you your peace. I am not saying this to hurt you. I am saying this to protect you. You have been trying to convince yourself that this is harmless, that it will settle down, that you can control it. But I tell you the truth. You are already more affected than you realize. Your thoughts are divided. Your spirit feels unsettled. Your heart feels pulled in directions I never intended. This relationship did not begin with bad intentions, but it is no longer innocent. What started as conversation became attachment. What started as interest became emotional dependence. And now you feel torn between what you know is right and what feels familiar. That tension you feel inside is not confusion, it is conviction. I see how this person leans on you. I see how they seek your attention, your reassurance, your presence. I see how they make you feel needed, even special. But listen carefully. Being needed is not the same as being loved. And when someone's attachment to you begins to drain your peace, it is no longer healthy, it is harmful. You have noticed the changes. You are quicker to feel irritated. You are slower to feel joy. Your prayers feel distracted. Your mind wanders back to conversations you should have let go of already. This is the cost you are paying, and it will only increase if you do not step away. I never designed you to live in emotional tension. I never designed you to carry someone else's unmet needs. I never designed love to make you anxious, restless, or spiritually dull. True connection strengthens you. It brings clarity, not confusion. It brings peace, not pressure. This relationship is asking more from you than it gives back. It demands emotional energy without offering stability. It pulls you closer while quietly pulling you away from who you are becoming. And if you stay, you will begin to lose yourself, not all at once, but slowly, subtly, day by day. I know you are afraid of walking away. You fear the emptiness that might follow. You fear hurting them. You fear being misunderstood. But hear me clearly. Temporary loneliness is better than permanent inner turmoil. The pain of letting go now is far less than the damage of staying too long. You have been telling yourself that you can handle this quietly, that no one will be affected, that you can manage the boundaries on your own. But peace cannot survive where boundaries are constantly tested, and this person does not respect the limits I placed around your life. I placed those boundaries for a reason. I see the future you cannot see yet. I see how this connection would eventually complicate your decisions, distort your judgment, and delay what I am preparing for you. This is not just about emotions. It is about direction. You are standing at a crossroads. One path feels familiar, emotional, and intense. The other feels uncertain, quiet, and lonely, but it leads to peace. I will never force you to choose, but I will always warn you when your peace is at risk. You are not weak for feeling attached. You are human. But strength is not found in holding on. It is found in letting go when I tell you to. Obedience is rarely easy, but it always protects what matters most. This relationship has become a distraction, not because the person is evil, but because the timing and alignment are wrong. Something that is wrong will always demand more than it gives, and it will always leave you feeling empty, even when it feels intense. I am asking you to trust me more than your feelings. Feelings change. Peace is a sign. And right now your peace is fading. Walk away, not in anger, not in bitterness, but in wisdom. Step back, not because you failed, but because you value what I am building in you. Let this go, not because it means nothing, but because it costs too much. I promise you this. When you choose peace, you will not lose anything I intended for you. What is truly meant for you will never require you to sacrifice your inner calm. It will not confuse you. It will not drain you. It will not pull you away from me. Listen to my voice today. I am not condemning you. I am guiding you. Walk away now while you still can. Your peace is worth protecting. I know you are still holding on to hope that this situation will change, that somehow it will become easier, lighter, or more balanced. I know you are telling yourself that if you just give it more time, the tension will fade and peace will return. But I say to you again, with love and firmness, this is not a season to wait. It is a season to walk away. I see how deeply this connection has entered your thoughts. Even when you try to focus, your mind drifts back to them. Even when you pray, their presence lingers in your heart. You replay conversations, analyze words, and wonder what they meant. This is not accidental. This is what happens when a connection moves beyond its rightful place. You were never meant to carry someone this heavily in your soul when they are not assigned to walk with you for life. I did not design you to be emotionally bound to someone who cannot offer you covenant, stability, or spiritual alignment. When attachment forms without purpose, it becomes a burden. This relationship has begun to shape your mood. Your peace now depends on their behavior, their messages, their tone. When they are distant, you feel unsettled. When they are close, you feel temporary relief, but not lasting peace. This is how emotional dependency forms, and it slowly steals your freedom. I want you to understand something important. Peace that depends on another person is fragile. True peace comes from alignment with me, not from human reassurance. When someone has the power to disturb your inner calm so easily, they have been given too much access to your heart. You have tried to set boundaries, but they keep getting blurred. You tell yourself this is the last time, yet another conversation follows. You promise yourself distance, but something pulls you back. This is not because you lack discipline, it is because the connection itself is unhealthy. I see the subtle manipulation you have ignored. Not always intentional, but present nonetheless. The emotional pressure, the guilt, the unspoken expectation that you must always be available, always understanding, always present. Love never traps. Love never pressures. Love never makes you feel responsible for someone else's emotional stability. This person may not mean to harm you, but their attachment is misplaced. And misplaced attachment always leads to pain. When someone looks to you for fulfillment instead of finding it in me, they will eventually demand more than you can give. You have felt tired in ways you cannot explain, not just physically but spiritually. Your joy has dimmed. Your enthusiasm has weakened. This is because your emotional energy is being drained in a place that cannot restore you. I am calling you back to yourself, back to clarity, back to peace. You have been living within a noise for so long that silence feels uncomfortable, but that silence is where healing begins. Walking away will not be easy. There will be moments of doubt, moments where you miss the familiarity, moments where you question whether you did the right thing. But those moments will pass. Peace will come quietly at first, then steadily, then fully. Do not confuse withdrawal symptoms with regret. When you detach from something that had power over you, your heart will protest. But that protest is not proof that the connection was right. It is proof that it was strong. I am not asking you to disappear harshly or act cruelly. I am asking you to choose wisdom. Distance is sometimes the most loving decision you can make for yourself and for them. Continuing a connection that leads nowhere only deepens the wound for both of you. You fear hurting them, but staying will hurt you more, and eventually your resentment will grow. What you once tolerated will begin to irritate you. What once felt special will feel heavy. That is what happens when peace is ignored. You are not responsible for fixing their loneliness. You are not responsible for carrying their emotions. You are not responsible for fulfilling needs I never assigned to you. Let go of that burden. It was never yours. I have something better prepared for you, but your hands must be empty to receive it. As long as you are holding on to this, you cannot fully step into what is next. Some doors only open when others are closed. This is a moment of maturity, of choosing long-term peace over short-term comfort, of trusting my voice over emotional attachment. I know it feels like loss now, but it is actually protection. I am not removing joy from your life. I am removing confusion. I am not taking love away. I I am making room for the right kind of love, one that does not compete with your peace, your faith, or your future. You will breathe easier when you let go. You will sleep better. You will feel lighter. The constant inner debate will fade. And in that quiet, you will hear me more clearly than you have in a long time. Choose freedom today. Choose peace today. Walk away before this connection takes more than it already has. I am with you in this. I will strengthen you when you feel weak. I will comfort you when you feel lonely. And I will restore what this season has drained. Trust me, let go. Your peace is waiting on the other side. I know you are beginning to understand why. I'm asking you to walk away, yet part of you is still struggling. Your heart remembers the good moments. Your mind replays the laughter, the comfort, the feeling of being wanted. And now you are asking yourself, was it really that wrong? Listen to me carefully. Something does not have to be evil to be harmful. It only has to be misaligned. This connection has placed you in a constant state of emotional alertness. You are always reading between the lines, sensing moods, adjusting yourself to keep things calm. That is not love. That is survival. And I did not create you to survive relationships. I created you to thrive in them. I see how you have slowly changed. You speak less freely than you used to. You hold parts of yourself back. You avoid certain topics, certain truths, because you fear the reaction it might cause. Any time you must shrink to keep a connection alive, it is already costing you too much. Peace leaves quietly. It does not announce its departure. It fades while you are busy explaining, justifying, and hoping. And one day you realize you have not felt truly calm in a long time. That is where you are now. This relationship has trained your heart to accept tension as normal. But tension was never meant to be your default state. You were designed for rest, clarity, and inner steadiness. When I am present in a connection, peace follows naturally. When I am not at the center, confusion grows. You keep asking me for signs, but I have already been speaking through your unrest, through your exhaustion, through the quiet discomfort you feel after certain conversations. I speak not only through miracles, but through disturbances. When something is wrong, your spirit knows before. Your mind accepts it. You are afraid that walking away will make you look heartless. But obedience often looks foolish to those who do not hear my voice. You do not need to explain your healing to anyone. You do not need permission to choose peace. I see how much emotional weight you have been carrying. You tell yourself you are strong enough, but strength is not measured by how much you endure. Strength is measured by how wisely you choose. And wisdom is telling you now that this is not sustainable. This person has become a priority without earning responsibility. They have access to your emotions without commitment. They receive comfort without accountability. That imbalance will eventually break you if it continues. I am teaching you something deeper in this season, discernment over desire. Not every open door is an invitation. From me, some doors test whether you will choose feelings over faith. You are learning that attraction can exist without alignment, that connection can form without purpose, and that intensity can grow without blessing. These lessons are painful, but they are shaping you into someone who will recognize healthy love when it arrives. Do not romanticize what is draining you. Do not call bondage chemistry. Do not call anxiety passion. True love does not leave you second-guessing yourself. It does not blur your identity. It does not silence your inner voice. I know the silence after walking away will feel loud at first. You will reach for your phone. You will think of things you wish you had said. You will wonder how they are feeling. This is normal. Detachment takes time. Healing is a process, not a moment. But each day you choose distance, your strength will return. Each day you resist the urge to go back, your clarity will sharpen. Each day you protect your peace, you will feel more like yourself again. I am not asking you to harden your heart. I am asking you to guard it. There is a difference. Guarding your heart allows love to enter safely. Hardening it closes you off completely. What you are doing now is protection, not bitterness. You may never get the closure you want from them. They may not understand. They may accuse you of changing. But growth always looks like change to those who benefited from the old version of you. You owe no one continued access to you at the cost of your well-being. You owe no one your peace. What you owe is obedience to the voice guiding you out of harm. This season is teaching you to trust me when emotions argue loudly. Feelings will always demand immediate satisfaction. Wisdom asks for patience and courage. You are being prepared for something better than this. Something stable, something mutual, something that does not require constant explanation or emotional effort. But preparation often includes separation. Let this go completely. Not halfway, not emotionally holding on while physically stepping back. Release it fully, so healing can begin fully. I am closer to you now than you realize. I am not watching from a distance. I am walking you through this. Every tear, every doubt, every quiet moment of loneliness, I am there. Do not look back thinking you lost something precious. You are gaining yourself. You are reclaiming You are choosing life over emotional survival. Stay with me. Keep walking. The hardest part is almost over. I am speaking to you now at the end of this journey, not because you are weak, but because you are finally ready to choose differently. You have come through confusion, attachment, and emotional struggle, and now you stand at the moment where a decision must be made. This is not a warning anymore. This is an invitation to step fully into peace. You have already felt the shift inside you. Something has changed. The urgency you once felt toward this person is no longer the same. The emotional grip has loosened. You may still feel echoes of attachment, but they no longer control you. That is growth. That is healing beginning to take root. I want you to understand something clearly before you move forward. Walking away does not mean the connection was meaningless. It means its purpose has ended. Not every connection is meant to last forever. Some are lessons. Some are mirrors. Some are temporary bridges meant to lead you back to yourself. This relationship taught you what it feels like to lose peace slowly. It showed you how easily emotions can override wisdom. It revealed how much of yourself you are willing to give, even when it costs you. These lessons were painful, but they were not wasted. Now I am calling you into closure, not the kind that depends on another person's understanding, but the kind that comes from inner certainty. You do not need their agreement to move on. You do not need their apology to heal. You do not need their explanation to be free. Release the need to be understood. Some people will never see the weight they placed on you. Some will never acknowledge how much you carried. But healing does not require recognition. It requires release. You have been strong for a long time, but now I am asking you to be gentle with yourself. Let yourself rest emotionally. Let your heart be quiet. Let the noise fade. You do not need another conversation. You do not need one last message. Silence is doing the work now. I know part of you still wonders what could have been. That is natural. The mind tries to rewrite endings when the heart is still healing. But do not build a future on imagination. If something was meant to grow, it would have grown in peace, not pressure. The right connections do not require you to constantly explain yourself. They do not keep you emotionally alert. They do not pull you into inner conflict. They feel steady. They feel safe. They feel aligned. You are learning now to trust peace as guidance. Peace is not boring. Peace is clarity without chaos. Peace is strength without struggle. Peace is how you know you are walking in the right direction. As you step away fully, you may feel waves of emotion return unexpectedly. A memory, a song, a quiet moment at night. Do not be afraid of that. Healing is not linear. Let the feelings pass without acting on them. Feelings are visitors, not leaders. You are no longer meant to live in emotional reaction. You are entering a season of intention, a season where you choose, not drift, where you listen, not rush, where you protect your heart without closing it. I am restoring parts of you that were exhausted. Your joy will return in small moments first. A deeper breath, a lighter heart, a sense of calm you had forgotten existed. These are signs that peace is reclaiming its place in you. Do not rush to replace what you released. Loneliness is not an emergency. It is a space for healing. Sit in it, learn from it. Let it teach you what you truly need, not just what you want. I am preparing you for healthier love. Love that is mutual, not dependent. Love that is clear, not confusing. Love that respects boundaries instead of testing them. But preparation requires healing, and healing requires separation. You will notice that as you grow stronger, your standards will rise. What you once tolerated will no longer feel acceptable. This is not pride. This is wisdom. You are becoming someone who values peace over intensity, truth over fantasy, alignment over attraction. That transformation is worth every tear you cried in this process. Forgive yourself for staying longer than you should have. You did the best you could with the understanding you had at the time. Growth always comes with hindsight. Release self-blame. It no longer serves you. Also forgive them, not to excuse what happened, but to free yourself from carrying resentment. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. Forgiveness is closure without contact. You are not behind in life because this took time. You are right on schedule for the person you are becoming. Nothing was delayed. Nothing was destroyed. You are wiser now. From this point forward, I want you to promise yourself one thing. You will not ignore your peace again. When something disturbs it repeatedly, you will listen. When your spirit feels unsettled, you will pause. Peace is your compass now. You no longer need to wonder if walking away was the right decision. The calm settling in your soul is your answer. The clarity in your thoughts is your confirmation. The strength returning to your voice is your proof. This chapter is closed, not with anger, not with regret, but with understanding. Lift your head. Take a deep breath. You are free. What is ahead of you is lighter. What is coming will not require you to lose yourself. What I am bringing into your life will meet you in peace, not pull you out of it. Walk forward now. You did not lose love. You gained yourself, and I am proud of you for choosing peace.